Hi, welcome to my channel Salesforce Curious. Here I will be talking about Salesforce related topics. In my last video, we have done all login formalities. So after you log in, you will land on this home page. So we are starting from here. But before moving forward, don't forget to hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel for more such info. So basically, setup is divided into three categories. So administration, platform tools, and settings. So basically, administration is a place where you manage your users, profiles, permission sets, roles, and in data, you manage data export, you perform activities like data import, mass transfer, and so on. In email, you can set up your email template, you can set up DKIM keys. DKIM keys basically used when we are talking about outbound messages, right? Platform tools. In platform tools, you will perform lot of customization. Basically, you can create an app from here, you can manage your objects from here, you can automate the process used in your record. For example, you are trying to automate the approvals, so you can use approval processes for that. If you have requirement to send an email when a field gets changed, so you can perform that too by using process builder or workflow rules, using flows, and so on. Using UI, you can customize your UIs, and you can do a lot of customization using platform tools. In settings, you will take care of your company's information like your org security. You can set or modify business hour also. You can set up languages. You can view login history, licensing information. You can monitor limits on data and file usages. So basically, there's a setup menu where by using which you can perform a lot of customizations. Basically, an administrator use a lot of these tools to customize their requirements. On the right hand side, you will see Object Manager. So basically, Object Manager is a place where you will find all your standard and custom object available in your org. You can see in the type all the standard object. Then you will see custom object which I have made for my requirement. See the educational detail I have made for my requirement. So there you can see all the custom and standard object. Also you can open it, and this will show you all the details of that particular object. For example, in fields and relationships, you will see all the available field on that particular object. You will see all the relationship it has. We will talk about these relationship individually in my next video. You can see page layout also. Page layout is basically we create like we have requirement. For example, we have to show a particular page for some user and a particular page for another user, then we use page layout for that requirement. You have lightning record pages, you have button links and action. As the name suggests, button, when you click buttons, then an action will perform, right? So we also can set up the buttons on the page. We can set the links and we can set up the actions. All you can control from this page itself. You can do a lot of things from here. Also you can set up triggers, you can set a validation rule also. Like for a particular field you have requirement, you have to perform some checks, you have to validate that particular field before it gets saved into Salesforce database. So basically you can perform a bunch of activity from here. Next, in the left corner, you will see 9 dot. This is called App Launcher. So basically, it contains all the app and items. It displays all standard Salesforce app, custom app, and connected app. Basically, connected app are the app which provided by third party, such as Gmail, Google Drive, Windows 365. If you're looking for any app, simply you can search over here. For example, if I type service, then it will display me all the app containing this service as a string and all the item which contains service as a string. So yes, this is all about app launcher. You can also drag it somewhere else as per your preference. Like whenever you open app launcher, you want to see the sales over here at the top. So drag it over here and you can, now when you will visit again, you can see sales at the top. So that's all for app launcher. And on the right hand side, you will see some icons over here. So first is favorite. If you mark any record as a favorite, this will show in here. And this is for global action. In the global action, you can simply create event, you can create task, you can create a contact, you can log a call, you can draft an email also. This is for guidance center. This is regarding Salesforce help and training. And this gear icon is one of the most important feature of Salesforce. Setup itself, which we have seen. Setup is this is only, and the developer console is very main part of Salesforce. So basically when you log in into Salesforce first time, you will see this blank page. But by using these options, you can do a lot of things. As a Salesforce developer, you will spend a lot of time in developer console. In new, you can, by clicking new, you can create epics, classes, apex trigger, visual force pages, lightning component. And if you are searching for any apex class trigger, you can simply click on open resource, name that file, and it will open that file. Also, you have whole list of available resources. By choosing which, you can open that particular record. Okay, so in the bottom you have logs, like logs contain all the activity, its detail, like which user is performing, which application it is related to, which operation has been performed, what's the time, what's the status of that, and so on. In test, you will see on the right hand side all the test coverage, that particular file, that particular class has the code coverage. For example, my account manager has a code coverage of 100% and it covers all 6 of 6 lines. Query editor is basically we use for SQL queries or SOSL queries when we have requirement to fetch any record or we have to perform any query on particular record. We can perform from here. We can simply write a query here and simply when you click execute button, it will show you result over here. Similarly, view state, progress, and problems. In problems, of course, if you write anything over here, if you are writing an apex class and there is any error or warning, then it will pop up in the problem. Okay, so that's all for the developer console. We will see all these functionality in detail when we will be digging into developer console. So I will take service app and we'll explain how this homepage look like. Okay, so whenever you open any app, this will open the homepage. So homepage is the first page which got pops up. You can change this also with the setting itself. Like if you want to see some another page when you first open that particular app, you can set up that also. We will see how we are doing that. But at the very first time when you open any app, you will see the home page. So everything defines itself. Like at the bottom, you can see the recent record, key deals. This is service app, so you will see the key deals, quarterly performance, chatter. You can also access chatter on your mobile device, but let's see chatter tab on our home page first. It gives quick access to feed like what I follow, to me, bookmarked, company highlights, and my draft. So, as the name suggests, what I follow will show you the activity of all people, group, object that you follow. So, and to me, this will show you the feed on which you are tagged. And in bookmarked, you will see all the saved and bookmarked post. Company highlight will show you the most active post within your org. And my draft, of course, will show you on which you are working on, but you haven't saved. And stream is here. It offers you a combine different but related field into one field. Recent group, as a name suggests, will show you top 5 group that you had last visited. After understanding chatter, let's discuss about accounts and contact. So account and contact are basically two standard objects. So before moving forward, I will explain Salesforce database here. Salesforce database is powered by Oracle. You must be aware of tables, rows, and columns in database. So here in Salesforce, those tables which we use to study or hear about in database are referred as object, rows is referred as records, and column is referred as field. For example, if I select all accounts list view, then you will see Burlington Textile Checking Company ABC. Each rows is one of the record of account object, and a column like account name, account site, billing state, phone type. These column is field. So object basically divided into three parts in Salesforce. First is standard object, then custom object and external object. A standard object are objects that are already given by Salesforce, like account, contact, lead. Custom object are those objects which we define as per our needs. And external object are the custom but map data outside of Salesforce. Like initially I have shown you in the setup itself, we can go on to object manager. There you can have a look on all available objects in your org. So here is the list of all the object available. So basically objects are data container. You can structure them using fields and records. Field in Salesforce are your column, right? So every standard object will have pre-built standard field, but also custom object will have some standard field like ID, name, system default field like last modified by date, created by. For example, if I open this custom object, educational detail, then you can see some standard field over here, name, last modified by ID, created by ID. Simply you can distinguish between standard and custom field by this underscore underscore C. If you find anything like underscore underscore C, it's custom. And it is if it's simply written as like name, then it is a standard. So we have understood account and contact objects. Okay, so you can create a new field using simply this new button. You can create custom field on custom object also and on standard object also. Simply you have to click on this new button. So here when you click on new button, you will see a lot of data type available. Based on your need, you can select any one of them. Like first is auto number, as the name suggests, it will auto generate some sequence of number that will display. Okay, so another is formula. So it is formula field. You have to give some formula over there and you have to define its return type, like what it will calculate you have to define, what it will return you have to define. And there is some relationship field over here. If you select checkbox as your data type for a field, then if it is checked, then it will take as true, and if left unchecked, then it will take as false. The date, time, email, number, percent, there are a lot of data type available. So suppose if I choose text type of field, then I will click on next button. There is field label you have to select. Okay, so for example, I am giving field label as marks, then I have to just simply one click on field name, it will auto populate. So basically field name is API for this particular field. Because I have defined this as a text field, so I have to define the length of that particular text, like what user will enter, up to which length user can enter the particular text. So for example, it will make more sense if I will give length of 2. If I check this required box, then it will be always be required on the account page. So I will left it unchecked, and description and help text are optional. If you want to describe your field, then you can explain over here, and if you want to give help text, then you can write over here also. I will click on next. Okay, so if you want to make it to visible for some people only, then you can check box on that particular profile and left unchecked for another profile. Or if you wish to make it visible to all the profiles, simply you have to select all the profile. Okay, if you want it to be a read only field, so that no user can edit it, so you can simply select it out also. So I will make it visible to all of the profile, and then I will select on next. Then, because there are many layout available on my account object, so it will ask me to select if I want to display this particular field on the all page layout, or if any one of them. So if I left it unchecked, then it will not shown on this account marketing page layout. But I don't want to do that, so I will select it and I will select save. So you can find it also. So if I go to account object and if I click on new button to create a record, so you can find that marks field over here. Okay, its type is text. For example, in order to create a record, I will provide a dummy value account 1, and I'm gonna fill only mandatory field over here and left all field blank, so that I can quickly create a account record to show you the ID. So basically what happens when you create a record, Salesforce internally create a record ID which is associated with each and every record, and it's unique for each and every record in your organization. Basically this ID acts as a primary key. You can find it in the URL itself. Basically, it is a 15-digit unique character. This is very useful in order when we are trying to fetch any record. We have this ID and we want all information associated with it. Then we simply have to just make a query and we can fetch as many details of that particular record. For example, I can show you one example over here. So go to query editor, write a small query, like if I have to what I have filled only account name, so I will try to fetch out the name of that particular account whose ID is this. So how I will query, simply select name from account where ID is this. Let's see if it will fetch out or not. Simply I will select this execute button. Yep. So here you can see account name is shown. So this ID is very helpful. Now we will understand how objects communicate with each other. What is relationships? In traditional database, table can share only same type of data, but there is no way they can talk to each other or they can have relationships. But on other hand, in relational database like Salesforce, they can utilize data from one another also. In Salesforce, standard object already share relationships, and the concept of foreign key also comes when we establish relationship between the two objects. Like on account page, if you click on this related tab, You can see contact and opportunity over here. These are two standard objects that are related to this account object. So as I said that foreign key is also get established when you create relationship between two objects. So we will open contact object and we'll see the account relation. So we will go to edit object to see the fields and relationship of contact object. From field, see it's on the top, account name. It has lookup relationship with account, and this account ID will act as foreign key between account object and contact object. Salesforce contains many-to-many and many-to-one type of relationship, and in many-to-one we have master detail, lookup, hierarchical, and self relationship. We will discuss each and every one type of relationship in upcoming videos. In order to better understand the relationship between the objects, simply have a look on the schema builder. It helps you to visualize the relationship among the objects in your org. Go to Setup, search for schema builder. Slow. If I select all, then you can have a look on all objects and their relationships. If you drag it over here, so it's so messy, so I will clear all and I will show you the relationship between account and contact. Yes, so here you can see. I will minimize this. Yes, so you can better visualize it. Yes, so this dark blue line is lookup type of relationship, and this vertical line is required field. So account and contact are related to each other. Okay, so till now we have understood object manager setup and we have seen overview of relationship Salesforce database. So what left now is report and dashboard. I will give you a highlight of report and dashboard, and we will take this in our next video in order to better understand reports and dashboard. So when you click on new report in order to generate a new report, you can see report type name. So report type is basically template which define the objects and field that will be available to use in report you create. Basically report is list of record that meet the certain criteria we define. Each report is stored in a folder that can be public, hidden, or shared, and it can be set for read only or read and write. So if I select account and click on start report button, so here the fields you are seeing over here are from the column. For example, if I remove this, then when I click refresh, then billing is gone now. So yeah, by defining filter, you can have records. So for example, if I add filter that account name should be equals to say ABC. I mean, if account name contains ABC, then it will show here. So when I click apply and refresh, then there is no exact match. Okay, so it will not show any record over here. So from add filter, you will see a lot of field option over here. By selecting which, you can apply a new filter. For example, if I select account owner, then we have lots of operator available which will help it to compare with another record and it will filter out my desired output. For example, if I select share that it will filter out the records that have account owner equals p share. So as I don't have any record such, so it will not show. So let's say if I want to edit this created date, so what it says on or after 20th Jan 2023. So for example, if I select, let's say 31st, then it should not show any report because I have given future date in it. So when I click apply and I refresh this report, then see there is no record available. And for example, if I select a wide range, for example, let's say 2021, then it should show some records. Yes, there are a bunch of record available which got created on or after 5th of Jan 2021. Okay, so you can save and run, you can save it for your future use. Next is, okay, it is asking me if I want to save. No. So, dashboard. Basically, dashboard shows data from report as component, chart, table, matrices. Yeah. So that's all for today. Stay tuned for more such content. Thanks for watching.